Barrister Fru, you you have been bubbling to
Hmm.
speak. Please go right ahead.
Yes, yes, buddy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want to associate myself with the introduction presentation by my senior colleague, and I want to say this. I am a Presbyterian. I was born a Presbyterian. I was baptized a Presbyterian. My mother died being an elder. I didn't know her that well, but that is what I was told. And I'm still a Presbyterian till my days of today. I want to state here now and clear that Samuel Funke, the young man I knew as pastor of the Presbyterian Church in Bonamusadi when I was in Bonaberi, as soon as he was elected moderator, he made a concerted effort to look for money. He is actually now a contractor for La République du Cameroon. Why do I say that? This is a man who has attended all ceremonies organized in the Unity Palace. That was not the case of his predecessors, Reverend Yamsa Koninko, and all the other moderators that have come before him. Second, I will be talking also about the Archbishop of Bamenda, Andrew Kia, who is the general brother to my colleague in Moyuka, and I know him well. Let me start with Funky. Funky Samuel, as I said before, is a contractor for La République du Cameroon. Because I read that his piece and I shedded tears. This is a man, since this war started, since our people have been refugees in Nigeria and in Ghana and other places, he has neither prayed for the refugees nor has he made any effort to help the refugees, because I am very sure, 100% sure, that among those refugees there are Presbyterians, and even if they are not Presbyterians, they are Christians, and even if they are not all Christians, they are children of God. This man is not a man of God. He's a La Republic contractor. He has monetized the Presbyterian Church, and I cannot, as I sit here, I cannot say that he represents the Presbyterian Church. He represents himself, his greedy self, with four-wheel drives parked in his garage for a moderator of a church, for a man of God. Can you imagine that since he was able to write that nonsense about what took place in Babanki, he has never written anything as it concerns the genocide that has been taking place in the southern Cameroons. All the killing of our children, our school children in Kumba, all the killings of our school children in Kundo Titi, all the killings that took place in Bali, even when the Presbyterian Church was attacked in Bali. This man only writes when he consents, when he wants to, when he's doing his work as a contractor for La République du Cameroun, our enemy. The question that I ask myself is, Funky really an Ambazonian? And I know he's an Ambazonian because he was born in Akwaya, Manfe Oversight. He goes there through womb. And I know his village. But in real sense, he's an enabler of La République du Cameroun. He is vehemently against the struggle of the people of the southern Cameroon and Ambazonia. Because if you look at his behavior, that is not a man of God. Funky has never given a piece of bread to any suffering people that I know as a Presbyterian Christian. Funky manages the Presbyterian money as if it is his own. He has been vomited by the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon in the United States. He comes here like a rat mole. I don't know why he keeps coming. This is a man that when before he was elected, he selected a group of people so that they can take the synod of the Presbyterian Church hostage. As if that was not enough, he made himself a contractor for La République du Cameroon. The same thing with Andrew Kia in Bamenda. Andrew Kia, I don't know what happened to my bishop in Manfi. Andrew Kia was a bishop, a man of God in the diocese of Manfi when this war started. Andrew Kia can tell you about what happened in Kembong, who killed the Kenyan priest, who did all the atrocities that La République du Cameroon did in Manfi. Andrew Kia can tell you, and he said he was talking about it, he was preaching about it. But as soon as Andrew Kia was appointed the Archbishop of the Metropolitan Diocese of Bamenda, which is the only archdiocese in Ambazonia that covers all the Presbyterian, all the Catholic Church in the southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, including the Mother Church in Boya. Andrew Kia, when he was being inaugurated, received a brand new Pajero from La République du Cameroon, and he knew, and he was there because I was there when the cardinal was being inducted in Douala. Bia sent a Mercedes car that Cardinal Tumi sent back that he didn't need it. As a man of God, he doesn't need that kind of a car. Andrew Kia was compromised from the same day that he was being inducted into as an Archbishop of Bamenda. And since then, he has been taking money from La République du Cameroon to convince our fighters to get into DDR. Getting our fighters to get into a DDR so that they can be killed. Is that the work of a man of God? Look, we have very good priests and very good pastors in the southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. One of them came up, he made a video. A reverend father. Can Kia or Funky make that kind of presentation on any media? No. I just took these two to illustrate to our people that these are the enemies of our people. Funky will be going away in about a year or two as the moderator of the church. Where will he go? My advice to him is that since he has become an enabler and a contractor for La République du Cameroon, he should be prepared to go him to Yaoundé or Douala or Ebolova or Sangmalma, wherever he wants to settle. He will not settle in the southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, because he does not belong there. He's an enabler just like Frundi. I hope he's listening to me. I'm a born Presbyterian. He cannot tell me anything that I don't know about the Presbyterian Church. He has taken the Presbyterian Church, part of the Presbyterian Church, hostage. But there are still pastors of the Presbyterian Church who are real men of God. Just like Nkia cannot say he represents the Catholic Church when he comes to this struggle. The Catholic Church has some real priests that are pastors of the word, and they fight for the poor, the oppressed, and those who have been killed unnecessarily. Look, I don't know whether Funky saw the videos that we saw in Boyo when La République soldiers were chasing our people into the bushes and shooting on our people. Has she said anything about that? This man is a devil incarnate in the black castle of men of God of the Presbyterian Church. So this man should know that he is unwelcome. As soon as he's voted out as a moderator of the church, that's the leader of the church, the Presbyterian Church that I belong to, he should look for residence out of the southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, because he is an enabler. He's a contractor for the enemy. Instead of being a man of God and neutral, he has his brothers and sisters who are living as a refugee in Nigeria. From Akwaya, what has he done? Nothing. What has he done? Nothing. I can say that in might have been changed by money, whatever. He was first a pastor in Mamfe, and he can tell you the story of what happened in Kembong and every other places in Mamu. But when he got to Bamenda, money changed him. They corrupted him with money. And he took over from a man of God, the Right Reverend Cornelius Iswa, who was the Archbishop of Bamenda for as long as I grew up to know. And this is a man who has sold his conscience to La République du Cameroon. In Kia holds a cardinal comes to visit in Bamenda, and Kia invites all the political elites of La République du Cameroon from Yaoundé to come to Bamenda. My God, what are we talking about? In a war zone, instead of being a pastor to preach to the suffering and the poor and those who are being killed every day, those who are being buried every day, you turn against them. These are the only two people, these are the heads of church, the head of the Catholic Church and that of the Presbyterian Church. I cannot talk about the Baptists because I know very little, but I'm talking about those that I know. And I know especially this man, they call Funky Samuel. I did not know that this young man could turn into a devil as he has just done. How can you write only defending and trying to call our restoration forces terrorists and defending the position of La République du Cameroon? You say nothing about the suffering people that you say you are a shepherd. The people who are they go hungry every day, they are suffering every day. They have been displaced. There are some in Yaoundé and Douala as IDPs. Has this man taken time when he goes to Douala to preach to ask the Christians in Douala to put some money so that he can buy bread for the IDP so that he can help alleviate the sufferings of the IDP as a man of God? No. That is not the spirit of the Presbyterian Church, and it cannot be the spirit of the Catholic Church. I'm very sorry. I had to say this about somebody who hates a church in which I belong, but that is the fact. How he became a moderator at his young age is still a question to me. He bribed his way to become a moderator. He has taken the church hostage, and he's going away in less than 2 years. And what happens to him when he goes? He should go to La République du Cameroon and settle there, because he has no place in the southern Cameroon. I'm hoping that Nkia, who is still young, will become a pastor before he ever retires. Thank you very much, buddy.